Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another reading. Wishing you a happy new year. We're not there yet, but this will probably be the last video of 2024. So wishing you a happy new year and a blessed 2025. The years just all sound the same to me now. This video is going to be on needs. So just a general video on maybe something that your spirit needs, your soul needs. Definitely a positive reading though, so strap yourselves in. Pole number ones, pole number twos, and pole number threes. Start with pole number ones. So pole number one's going to be kind of an abstract feel today. Talking on needs. So what do you see? What do you feel? There was a word that was coming through actually, which was conversation. Now I think to say conversation's a broad word. I feel for my pole number ones, it's like I'm getting meaningful conversation, you know? Like you might need to seek a meaningful conversation with meaningful people. That's often kind of a thing that's harder than it, what's the saying? It's harder than it looks. Whatever the saying is conversation is easy to find. Meaningful conversation is harder to find. Meaningful conversation with meaningful people is even harder to find. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And I think that's what Spirit is prodding you to do. I think maybe that's your step-by-step guide, is conversation first, then meaningful conversation. And then once you've kind of felt yourself out in terms of like, what's meaningful to me at the moment? I'm a Virgo moon, so I always find that lists help me. You might just want to analyze what is meaningful for me right now, like what's important. Give yourself a list. And then, I can't remember the last time personally, so maybe this reading's for me in a way, but I can't remember the last time personally that I actually made time for a certain conversation. I can't really remember. Now, I don't know if the word is flippant conversation or I think the word is random. Random conversation happens all the time, touching in with a friend, like how you doing, what's good, or speaking to family, speaking to, a new friend. That is common in my life. But actually, like figuring out what's kind of important in my life right now and who would be the right person to speak with this about. Can't really remember the last time that I really did that. I find that I do that a lot in business. But it's kind of, in business, it's kind of got this underlining, like hidden incentive. It's not really about when you're talking about business and career conversations, they're kind of like, they're not very personal, is what I'm trying to say. They're not personal. So, point number one is you might relate to this, giving you something to think about. And yeah, I guess, like I said in the introduction, good luck for 2025. Rooting for you as always. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'm really finding the beauty in this channel, getting into my swing of things with this channel. So I can only thank you all for being here. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and check out the new Patreon too. Link in the bio. Take care, pal ones. Okay, pile number 2 is kind of abstract today. Kind of like clouds, aren't they? What do you see? What do you feel? Kind of reminds me of clouds. And the reading today is on your needs. Needs. The vibe that I'm getting is movement, moving. For pile number 2, you might be the movers, you might be somewhat travelers, explorers. It might be time to move. It might be the free spirits, pile number 2. You know, I just realised the older that I get, how different we all are as humans. Now, obviously, we're all connected spiritually, but we all are very different, you know. Some people who are like homebodies, some people who are extroverted, introverted. And I can see why, you know, in near enough all kind of spiritual practices, there's an underlining an underlining wisdom which focuses around knowing thyself, knowing yourself. I feel pile number 2's you've come to know yourself as someone who, even if this isn't directly to do with movement and travel and the physical, there's something where you've come into awareness, self-awareness of your ever-changing self. You know, when you look at the clouds and like one moment they're one shape and then you look again and it's moved and it's kind of a different shape now. I'm not sure if you've ever had one of those moments, pile 2's, I definitely have, where like I've seen something in the cloud and then by the time that I've tried to get my phone to take a picture of it because it was like this perfect shape or this perfect picture, by the time I've gone to get my phone and take a picture of it, it's already formed into something else. I feel pile number 2's, that's a little bit like you. There's something about you. Now, it might not be even physically, like I said, like traveling or physical appearance, but there's a certain trait about yourself which you're coming to understand, which is ever changing. I'm not really sure like exactly what that is for you pile number 2's, but you know, there's something. Something about you which is ever changing, different, and you've just come to accept it. So pile number 2's, that's the reading. Like I said in the introduction, Happy New Year. Have an awesome 2025 ahead. Sounds like a strange year. Just saying it out loud, like 2025. Jeez, it's weird. But yeah, maybe there's going to be some weird things happening this year for me to even say that. I wish you the best either way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending another year on this channel. If you're an old timer, if you've been here for a while, thank you. Keep supporting, keep liking, commenting, and subscribing. Check out the If You Pause website, ifyoupause.com, and remember to check out the new Patreon as well. Take care, parties. Okay, pile number 3 is your needs. Abstract today. Oh, damn, that's like a vulture. Don't you think? Damn, that was really like clear. The good news is that the way that flowed was really precise. That reminds me of a vulture here. This reminds me of like a dragon. Dragons are always appearing in these readings, so I don't even know how to connect the links there. Only that I guess over on this channel we embracing that dragon energy a little bit. Or at least some of you are. So it's almost like the dragon and the vulture here, if they're not having some form of standoff, they're having at least a conversation. It's almost like they're psychically speaking, the dragon and the vulture. I almost feel like this dragon is almost like a water dragon as well. It's like they've just got their head above the water, the ear, the nostril. It's like they've just got their head above. This vulture is almost just perched in midair. But it feels like conversational to me. Are you the dragon or are you the vulture? Pile 3 that's the question. I feel like pile number 3 is generally you're probably the dragon. The vulture doesn't really give me a good energy. Now I know that generally there's no good and bad with animals. The snake can be good, it can be bad. The lion can be good and it can be bad. The vulture can be good and it can be bad. It can, I think I've even heard that the vulture is very healthy to wildlife because it clears up. It kind of, it even eats the bones and stuff like that, I heard. Could be wrong with that, but, it's not just a scavenger, but it's also a cleanser. It's the caretaker. It's the caretaker that everyone's a little bit scared of. Doesn't speak much. Don't know what the hell they're doing in that cupboard. It could be, sorry for me kind of just slurping all over the camera. I was just kind of seeing on the energy, pile 3s. And sometimes I forget how much this mic picks up on every single breath of what I'm saying. it's not that intense in real life, like having a conversation with me, I promise you. It's just the mic is near enough up against my mouth so you can sometimes hear every single breath I'm taking. I feel like part number 3 is this could be like a conversation, if I didn't say that already. But because it's to do with your needs, it's maybe like a needed conversation. Who in your life do you possibly see like a vulture? And if you're the vulture, who in your life do you see as the dragon? There's almost like, I feel like there's almost some form of agreement happening here too. It's almost like, you know, I'm a dragon, you're a vulture, we are completely different, but we both need the same thing here. It's like you're coming to some form of agreement, a face-off. What's interesting though is that whoever this vulture is as well, they're not to be messed with. Because the dragon is not eating the vulture. You know, they kind of almost seem like even matches. So there's maybe some form of conversation going on here, which is like, maybe you've got a common enemy. It's that kind of vibe. You know, in those movies and stuff where like the goodie has to come together with the baddie in order for them to defeat a bigger baddie. It's kind of got that energy to it. So part number 3 is kind of, feel free to decipher this reading even more. But generally, I think your need is to have a conversation with someone who you may have seen as an enemy in the past. Come to some form of agreement. And I feel like that will be fulfilling one of your needs, an important need of yours. It'll probably relieve you of some kind of stress. You'll probably know what I mean and who this is when you give it some thought. So yeah, part number 3 is, thank you for being here. I wish you a happy new year, a happy 2025. If you've been here for a while, thank you for supporting the channel. I truly mean that. This has become a beautiful, safe space. I appreciate everyone who's here and who listens in. Obviously appreciate the support as well. So please do keep liking, commenting and subscribing, checking out the new content, checking out the Instagram, checking out the new Patreon, checking out ifyoupause.com. Again, thank you for being here and have a very blessed 2025.